I would say on mass, you're better off purchasing organically certified food products. As I said, the intention behind the certification, I think, was a good one. And there are a lot of things that you're not going to find typically genetically modified organisms in organic food production. You're not going to have most herbicides and pesticides and fungicides being used on organically farmed produce, although there kind of are exceptions to just about everything now, which is the concern. And so it's very hard to be informed as a consumer on these things. And this is why I think ultimately the answer is knowing where the source of your food. So really getting in touch with your food production system, keeping it local, keeping it regional, and actually meeting the people who are growing your food or raising your animals. Unfortunately, it's a little more inconvenient, but I think if you want the highest quality and you want the assurance that what you're getting is actually what you think it is and what you want, there's just no better way than knowing your growers.
Amen. I saw a sign. I was in New York City at a farmer's market, and I saw a farmer. They had these great signs up, and they weren't pretty. It wasn't marketing. It was just these signs up that said, "No, we are no longer certified organic." And they explained why, and they said, "We spray nothing. We don't even own a spray gun on our property." And they went on, and it says everywhere, ask us questions, ask us questions. And so what you say really resonates. And I guess I go to you, Aviad, and I think, how do you possibly work with patients and tell them, like, you have to go find the farmer? Or how do you tell them how to find food without all of these chemicals?
Yeah. So actually, I can continue on what Chris was saying, because I agree with him that it is. I like to look at it as a spectrum. Like anything in the universe and life, it's a spectrum. So you get people who are completely not organic. You get people who are organic up to here or more, and there's different labels and certifications that can happen in that process. So what Chris is doing, he's doing above and beyond, what the certifications are asking for, and things that could be even more beneficial in some areas in terms of the microbes getting the high nutrients in the food that we don't see sometimes in to the same level with just organic farming. But what Chris was saying in terms of, it would be beneficial to even just go with, organic as a whole, even in the grocery store. It is actually a very good place to start. Many of my patients, I hear this all the time. I heard it more in the past, but they say, oh, organic farming, the label, it doesn't mean as much. And you're wasting your money. You should just go eat irregular, conventionally grown food. And for the response that I have for that is a very clear answer, that there is, it's not going to be as good as what Chris is doing, but there was a study that they did. It was, I don't know how many years ago, it was probably at least 15 to 20 years ago, if not longer. What they did is they actually asked people, they found people that were going to the grocery store, and they asked them, how much of your food were you eating organic versus not organic? And if they had, and the ones that had kids there, and the ones that had like more than 80% of their diet was organic, they tested their kids' urine for those kids versus the ones who were eating, organic versus not organic. And they found that even just people who were just buying stuff at the grocery store, they didn't go anywhere else. That was like their main shopping habits. They had the kids that were eating non-organic foods had 6 times more pesticides, organophosphates in their urine than the ones who were eating 80%, organic.